Now we are live. Finally. Thank you. Brendan,
There we
to you.
There we go. There we go. Right, I can hear it. I can hear it. Sweet. So we are back. So unfortunately, we could not get any live stream done for the top 32 first group. But welcome to the first top 32 of DKRTR 2024. We are here. We're in group 2. We will be getting the results sorted shortly for the first group. Unfortunately, it's just been a bit of a tricky one getting through all of the issues, but we are here. We are currently at the second group of top 32. My name is Brandon Carter. I will be your commentator for today, and unfortunately we had some issues, but we apologise. But we are here now, and it is great to see everyone and great to see the drivers on the grid. We have got a really cool bracket coming up, and I'm excited to see what happens. So we are going to be starting, I think Group B is starting with Darius Straker and Dominic Spurmanis. And for now, we're going to let the drivers get a bit of practice in as we get ready to send them off. But we hope all of you have been having a good day so far. And been a bit of a hectic one, but we're here. And as I said yesterday, I'm going to be giving Moist a monster. I still have to speak to Moist about that for his prediction in qualifying, but it was a very, very competitive qualifying session yesterday, so it's going to be a very hectic top 32, that's for sure. But as you can see here, so we've got Dominic Spurmanis versus Darius Straker to start the stream off. So it looks like we've got Darius leading with Dominic's in the chase. Both two very talented drivers and two very different cars as well, both the same manufacturer, but they're very different driving styles. Yeah, so we are Bike racetrack in Riga, and we are just now waiting for the first battle to begin as the lights go green. Both drivers going down the straight. Darius Straker in the lead, Dominic Spurmanis in the chase as they flick into out zone 1. Dominic Spurmanis on that door straight away, kind of putting a bit too much pressure on Darius. I know that he was been really wanting to push him as he's got a bit of a rivalry with Darius in other competitions, so he wants to make sure that he puts pressure on, but he might have put a bit too much on there, so he's going to have to work hard in the lead for the second half of the battle. But overall, not the tidiest run, but we will see what goes on in a second. You never know. This is a very unpredictable track in top 32, so we'll have to see. And look at that graphic on the back with the eyes. Lovely stuff. Amazing graphics made by Moist Skits on these cars. But yeah. So what's everyone's predictions for this battle? Do you reckon will it be Dominic taking the battle, or do you think it will be Darius Straker? So Darius representing Team Erta. He just doesn't have the livery for the R35 today. But as we flick them around to the top and they've swapped positions, we get ready for their second half. As you can see here, Dominic's in lead, Darius in the chase. As the lights go green, that 400Z coming through the chicane with that R35 in chase. As they flick into out zone 1, keeping it nice and safe from Darius there, making sure he's smart about his proximity from the beginning. As Dominic's mistake at the start will cost him, but a bit of an overcorrection there, but he managed just to hold on to it, but it does punish him later on in the track in out of zone 5. Just tapping the wall there. Unfortunately, I don't think Dominic's had an answer for this battle, but he put the pressure on as much as he could and he did his best. But Darius just being a slightly stronger driver in this case. But I spoke to Dominic's at the start and he definitely said that Darius is fast, so he wanted to make sure he was there from the get-go. But as you can see here, we're waiting for the results of the battle, so it will be left for Darius, right for Dominic. So we just need to see what the judges think to that. Very dramatic first battle, to say the least, for our first battle. So one for Darius. And it is going to Darius Straker. So unfortunately for Dominic, he just couldn't bring off enough heat into it. And it is unanimous. But unfortunately, Dominic's day has finished now in the top 32 as Darius goes on into the top 16. And we will see him next round. So second battle here, we have Mix versus Juan, which is going to be Another banging battle. From all the way through this competition is going to be battle after battle. It is going to be savage. I cannot wait to see how this goes. Welcome everyone in the chat. We did have a couple of issues going into the top 32, but we are here. We're in group 2. We will get the results from the first group, hopefully, as we have Mix in the lead, Jan in the chase. As the lights go green, they come off the line, coming down the straight with a nice bit of speed here. Jan coming, keeping it a bit safe, but Mix making a very good lead so far. As Jan almost over-rotates there in the chase, but he keeps it going. Big dive there going on to his door as they come onto the wall. Jan kind of keeping it safe, holding back a tiny bit as Mix puts on lovely lead line on here and across the line. So we will see what happens in the second half. Definitely not going to be easy for any of the drivers, as a lot of these 4.0 cars, this is still new. People are still adjusting and used to how they feel, how they set up, how they drive. So it is definitely going to be a interesting event today. And I've not had the chance to drive any of these cars besides the 2J S15 and the JSLX100, so I'm not sure how these drive. So a lot of unventured ground for me still. As you see here, Mick in the chase, Jan in the lead. Getting ready for that second half of the battle with that lovely little livery going on there for that F22 BMW. Very clean, very tidy. I like that. Just a bit of a wasp style. But as the lights go green. Oh no, is it? Wait, was it the? Oh, either way, F22 in the lead, A90 in the chase as they come down that first out zone 1, transitioning going into inner clip 2, into out zones. No, it's in a clip 3, sorry. I am not with it today. I'm still very warm, very tired. But as they come into out zone 6, just a bit of a contact there going onto the wall. But as they keep it going, Jan does a very good job in the lead there. There was Jan in the lead. It's just that I was reading the overlay wrong. Don't mind me. I'm losing my mind. So, very interesting battle to go there. We'll have to see if that little contact from Mix in the chase affects the battle in any way. But amazing work from both drivers as always. So it is right for Jan, left for Mix. And let's see what the judges think of that. We have a nice bit of support in the stream here in the chat. Hope everyone's doing well. But the first round is definitely it's been eventful so far. So hopefully the battles will be just as dramatic. So it is going to Jan. Is it a full unanimous decision? Unfortunately, Mix just making that contact on the wall. I think that might have possibly made the decision of the battle, but congratulations to Jan for taking the win on that one. As we have the next set of drivers here, Andreas Yubas versus Gert. Two very good drivers. They both did fairly well in the qualifying, from what I remember. Andreas taking one of the top spots in qualifying, so he will be leading first. Gert in the chase. So GT86 versus S15. One's got a 2J, one's got an RB. Very interesting battle. Battle of the straight sixes. As we wait for the lights to go green, as Andreas comes through the straight. Down he comes towards the initiation to Gert. Not quite there, but making sure he reels him in slowly. I think that's the tactics he's going in here for as we go into inner clip 3. Coming into out zone 4. Coming around. Gert putting on the pressure. Maybe just a bit too much there, but gives him a little tap. But Andreas make sure he keeps it going. Round outside zone 6. Very nice run from Andreas there. Good lead. Just a bit of maybe a bit too much of a overcommitment into the chase there from Gert, but hopefully it might work in his favour. You never know. Jan is driving Logitech by kitchen table. Love that commitment. That is. So as we flip these cars around, switch positions, Gert will be leading this time. Andreas in the chase. Andreas is known for his very aggressive chasing style, so this is going to be very interesting to watch. So definitely keep an eye on that GT86 as they wait for the lights to go green. And here we go. So we have Gert in the lead, coming out of that chicane with Andreas to follow. And as they initiate into outside zone 1, Anessa's just putting on the pressure as always. Not getting too close, making sure he keeps it safe as they come into outside zone 4. Transitioning towards outside zone 5. This is definitely a safe run from Anessa's here, as he knows that a little bit of contact possibly put him in the advantage. But Gert putting down a very lovely lead line there. Clean run from both of them. And now we put this into the hands of our capable and wonderful judges to see who gets the win on this. So it'll be swiping left for Ernestas, Kubelis, and swiping right for Gert. Definitely an interesting battle today. We've got someone saying it one more time. We want to see what you guys think in the chat, see how the battles go. It's always good to be involved in opinions. And it looks like it's going to Ernestas Kubelis. Just unfortunately Gert making that contact in the first half of the battle, unfortunately. But nevertheless, good battle. Definitely a good battle. So, now, who have we got? We've got Amans versus... Oh, these names are going to be the end of me, I swear. Julich? I really don't know how to say this name. Julich? I probably butchered your name. I am so sorry. But we do have Amans in the chase. In the lead, sorry. And Julich in the chase. As the lights go green, they come down with that PS13. With that S15 in chase. Going into outside zone 1, keeping it nice and clean so far. Decent proximity from the chase. And a lovely lead so far. Maybe just getting a bit close to that in a rumble strip there in the chase, but nothing too major. As they transfer into that last wall ride on out zone 6 with a bit of a gap forming there as he pulls it back in and across the line. Lovely work so far from both drivers as we send them back up the hill and switch around. Do a nice old switcheroo as Omans goes into the chase. Love that S15. I'm definitely biased, but I'm not at the same time. All their chassis are good. I used to have my previous competition car was an PS13, so, and my current one is a S13, so S15, sorry. So I'm not biased towards any of these cars. I love them both. As we have Amans in the chase and Julich in the lead. I am definitely going to be butchering this name. I know it for a fact. So please send me a voice message, my guy, and please tell me how it's pronounced properly so I can say it properly next round. As you can see here, they're waiting for the light to go green and get sent down for their second half of the battle. This is going to be an interesting one. As their lights go and count down to green as they come through just chicane. Humming down the straight with a nice bit of pace here. That PS13 is definitely pushing on as Armand puts the pressure on, coming a bit shallow and just unfortunately tapping him straight. So that is going to cost the chase as quite a bit there. As they finish up the run here going into outside zone 6. Definitely a interesting way to look. I don't want to be the judges looking at this, that's for sure. I've got the easy job here just chatting. So it is right for Julich and left for Amans, and it looks like it's going to Julich. Julich, unfortunately, Amans just not getting a bit too aggressive there in the chase in outside zone 1. But hopefully, round 2, he'll come back stronger. And no, you do not need a DD to win battles. That is a definite. It's all about driver skill. So, guys, just regarding the top 32 tree, we are having some issues, and yes, it is the go home top 32 tree. You are drunk. It is definitely the case. So, what is on here? Do not take as Bible. Is just right now we're kind of trying to flesh out the issues, and we are having some things with the judges at the moment. So, hopefully we'll get this resolved very quickly. As you can tell, we're having a couple of issues. But overall, so far, top 32 is going well. Once we've got the results up properly, then you'll be able to see what's going on. But for now, this isn't the representation of what's actually happening. So bear with us. We're just fleshing this out, and we will get it done properly. But we do have a bit of time for you to go and grab some snacks, a drink, and for you to chill out while we get these issues resolved. I'm sat here with a nice pipeline punch monster, so that keeps me going. So if Monster wants to get on and sponsor DKRTR, then we will happily take that on board. What do we think though for what do you guys think the predictions are going to be for the results? Who do you think is going to take top spot? The top three, should I say? Not top spot, top three. So it's going to be there is the battle for three as well. I have a lot of faith in Andreas, definitely Andreas and Jagard. I have a feeling those two could have a very good chance, but this is drifting. We have no idea what could happen. Anything can happen. So we're seeing a lot of Jam and Sim. Yeah, I'm very intrigued to see how this goes. A lot of these drivers I don't know. I've not ever competed with before or seen, so this is definitely new to me as well. Yeah, that would be wicked. Jan and Sim in the final. That'd be cool. That'd be very cool. But we do have Andreas and Darius to go through as well, as they are very, very, very scary drivers. Trust me, I've competed with them. They are very hard to beat. So we will see. As we just get the new server up and running. Obviously the results aren't quite what they should be, but the bracket is not completely finished yet. So the next battle would be Alexander, Jagard and Reus to go next. Jan in the chat. Nah, you've got a lot of fans. You've got a lot of people putting faith in you. Make the most of it. Yeah, the bracket isn't correct as you've seen. Unfortunately, we are having some issues with that, but hopefully it will be fleshed out. So we are back with the next battle with Alexander Jagard and Reus. With that Shelby Super Snake initiating into outzone 1 with that RPS 13 in the chase. That thing is a savage little car there. It's like James Dean versus Matt Denham, essentially, if you know who Matt Denham is. But as they come around here, Alex Jagard doing a very good job into outzone 6. They're just slightly tapping the wall with the PS13 doing a very good chase so far, keeping it clean as they come across the line. Very good job from both of the drivers. Beautiful piece of kit that. Shelby Super Snake's a very interesting car to drive, and so is the RPS 13. It's like the little brother of the Shelby Super Snake, essentially, just the Japanese cousin with that NASCAR V8 inside of it. Like Laurie Heinen's car almost. But as we have them switch around here, Alexander in the chase, Reus in the lead. American versus Japanese. It's going to be an interesting second half of the battle as we wait for the lights to go green. And here we go, as the lights go green, we're coming out of the chicane with that RPS 13 with that big V8 and the big blower in it. The Shelby Super Snake in chase, Alexander Jagard on his door, just slightly pulling away for the transition into outside zone 2, coming in a clip 3. Very nice work from the lead so far as Alexander puts the work in with that opportunity opened up by the chase, and well, look at that dive. That transition was beautiful as they come around the rest of the wall and out zone 6. That was a beautiful, beautiful example of a run. Amazing lead, amazing chase, keeping it tidy. No big hits, no little taps, keeping it good. Good one for the judges to assess. So swipe left for Alexander Jagard and right for Reus. We have Daniels, Armands and Martins, our 3 judges. I wonder how this is going to go. I would not want to be the one doing this. And it is a unanimous win to Alexander Jagard, unfortunately for Reus. Just not putting enough work in the chase. But we will see him in round 2. Amazing work for Alexander, yeah. There. Oh, words. So we've got Rums and Kevin next up with a, what is this here? The RB30 S15 and an E92 M3 in the chase. So Rums to lead, Kevin to chase. As the lights go green here, they come down through the chicane into the straight. Coming onto the line with a big flick initiation with, just a bit too much there, touching the grass. Unfortunately there for Rums, just not going a bit too wide there, and unfortunately that will be putting a big hit to his advantage. So Kevin has a large advantage here going into the second half of this top 32 battle. As he continues the run here, just trying to make sure the tyres are in the right condition for the next run. It's unfortunate, but that initiation is definitely something that you have to perfect to play with the big boys. Did well in qualifying, just unfortunately a bit too much commitment into the start there. Oh yes, nerves are definitely a massive factor of this. As he turns around here, Kevin in the lead, Rums in the chase. Let's see what these two can do. You never know. It could go either way. Kevin could make a mistake. We'll have to see as we come down the straight. Rums in the chase, coming a bit shallow on the angle there, but making sure he gets back onto the door there with a nice transition out in a clip 3. Coming around into outside zone 5, keeping it a bit safe, but here we go, coming in through outside zone 6 on that wall. Kevin doing a nice textbook lead there for Rums to chase, and I don't think that will be quite enough for Rums to bring back, unfortunately. So we'll have to see. So it's right for Kevin, left for Rums. So that's 1 for Kevin, and it's a unanimous win for Kevin. Unfortunately, Rums just making that mistake on that initiation in his lead, but unlucky. But it happens. It's always a thing that I don't know what I'm waffling on about right now. Definitely waking up still. But we move into our second battle, which is Tim versus Luise. So we got a German man versus a Spanish man. So we have the F22 M2 Eurofire versus that FD RX7. Definitely an interesting two pair of cars. Love them both. As the lights go green, we have Tim in the lead, Luise in the chase. As they initiate onto that outside zone 1, but look at that, Luise putting on the pressure on Tim straight away as they come into inner clear 3. Coming outside to that outer zone 4. Luise making sure he puts that pressure on with that RX7 in. Coming on to outside zone 6, falling a tiny bit behind there. As the F22 comes around, finishes the run up nice and tidy. Definitely putting on a bit of pressure there for Tim. But Tim did make sure he did not back down. There was no pressure that he could not handle. As we come up the hill, switch them around, send them back down for the second half. See there, some beautiful looking cars here. I do love an F22 with some deep dishes. I am a sucker for it. As we have an RX7 with a big wing as well. Here we go. So we have Tim in the chase. Luise in the lead. In the ADDT RX7 FD. Let's just make sure I'm reading these right. Yep, I am. So the light goes green as Luise comes down the straight. We have Tim in the chase with a big initiation with a bit of a drop there, but he manages to keep it going. Amazing work from Luise in the lead with Tim right there on his door at the whole time. He was like, no, I can see you washing out, but I ain't backing down as they come through into outside zone 6 with the last transition. Tim making sure he puts the work in, not getting too close, not getting too aggressive as he puts that wheel to wheel coming through the finish line. What a run. A very good recovery from Luise there on outside zone 1. Not the easiest place to come out of, but we'll have to see how that affects the battle overall. So it's right for Luise, left for Tim. With our 3 judges here making the toughest choices. Definitely the hardest job to do. Would not want to be in their shoes. Just want to say a massive thank you to all of the sponsors of DKRTR24. They help us do what we do. So we have one for Tim. Just waiting on the other 2 judges to make their choice. Obviously these judges do have many different angles that they can watch from. And it looks like the battle is going. Very nice work from both drivers. Luise just unfortunately making that error into outside zone 1. But he will be back bigger and stronger. I can guarantee you that for round 2. As we have two GS15s here. Coming up to the line. One, unfortunately, we cannot see the livery on. But we have Andreas in the lead with Daniel in the chase as they come out of the lights here. Coming down the main straight with those 2 beautiful S15s. Really aggressive initiation from the start. Look at that proximity. Making sure that that lead line is perfect as well. Beautiful job from both drivers here so far. The transitions are getting so aggressive, but a bit of an over rotation here. But they keep it going. They are not backing down. They want to make sure they put a show on for all of you as they come across the finish line. Beautiful work from both drivers here. Definitely wanted to go a lot of angle in the lead there, but not the easiest thing to do in the chase. So props to him for keeping it with it. As I take a swig of the monster. So this will be the last battle of this group. Let's flip around here, switch positions. So we have Andreas in the chase, Daniel in the lead here. Both Latvian drivers, locals, making sure that they can throw down and prove that they can be the Drift King of RTRiga for 2024. As the lights go green here, 2 S15s, 2 Latvian drivers. Let's see how they do. As Daniel flicks it in. Nice big initiation there from Daniel as they come round into outside zone 2 with a nice bit of proximity here from Andreas. Keeping the pressure on there. It's amazing work so far from both drivers. Looking lovely in the lead. Both lead and chase. Ooh, nice big bit of angle going into outside zone 6 there. And he's tapping the wall, unfortunately, and he takes it straight. That is very unlucky. So we'll have to see what the judges thought of that. Could it have been that Daniel went a bit too hard, and that is very unlucky. We'll have to see what the judges say about that. So it will be left for Andreas, right for Daniel. Potentially Daniel could have sent it a bit too hard into the wall, or it could be a bit of contact from Andreas there pushing him into the wall. But we'll have to see what the results say about that battle. Very, very unfortunate contact there. Gonna double check audio levels. Oh, I can hear myself on the stream. Just double checking that I can hear myself. So we're still just waiting. The judges are just going through all of the camera angles, making sure that their call is correct. They want to be sure on what they decide. They're definitely going to be looking at that contact with the wall to make sure that they can see who is at fault. Oh, and it looks like it's going to one more time. I'm intrigued to see what the reasoning of that was for. But nevertheless, they get another chance to prove themselves in this next battle in the OMT. So we're going to send them back up to pits, get some fresh tyres, maybe refuel the cars, have a little sip of a drink, make sure they're hydrated in this very warm weather that is at Riga. It looks like a very nice, lovely sunny day here in the sim world as they are back at the line. Just waiting for those lights to begin with Andreas back in the lead, Daniel in the chase as the lights count down back into green as they come through the chicane. Sending them back down for this one more time battle in this top 32 as they... Wow, look at that proximity on that flick with Daniel. Andreas doing a very good job in the lead so far. Daniel putting on the pressure. He's making sure he does not make any mistakes this time in that chase as they come into outside zone 6. Very nice proximity control here from Daniel and a lovely lead so far from Andreas. That what? First half of the OMT. That's the thing. One more time to give you a second chance. And generally, the drivers do tend to go quite a bit harder going into this second half of the battle. Very lovely work from both of these drivers so far. We have Andreas in the chase here with Daniel in the lead. Can Daniel keep the lead good? And Andreas put some more pressure on than Daniel in the chase. We will have to see. Could go to the second one more time if they both do extremely well. As the lights go green here, Daniel in the lead, Andreas in the chase. Coming into that initiation with a big flick off that S50. But look at... Wow. Look at Andreas on that chase, putting on all of the pressure with Daniel in the lead, doing a very good job, keeping it smooth for Andreas to chase. With a not much of a time. Oh, and a too much pressure. Don't know if there was a check up there. Don't know if Daniel slowed down a bit too much there. Potentially it could be Andreas just put a bit too much pressure on. A bit too much excitement in that one more time. But never a boring day in Riga. Amazing work from both of these drivers, regardless of the result. Definitely putting on a good show for all of us here at DKRTR round 1. And this is only the top 32. Insane work. Wish I could be down there with them, driving. Unfortunately, I decided to be in the commentary booth which I'm not complaining because it's less effort for me. I don't want to have the pressure of the driving, that's for sure. It is not an easy place to be in. As we just wait on this result. So 2 Latvians, both S15 2Js. Matching up lovely. Definitely not making it easy for these judges though. That is for sure. Just making sure I'm on the live chat here. And it looks like we've got 1 for Andreas. And the battle goes to Andreas there. Looks like Daniel potentially just slowed down a bit too much, which has caused Andreas to surge in the chase. But congratulations to Andreas. Hopefully we'll see Daniel back in the top 32 for next round. But it looks like Right, sweet. Oh, and it looks like we are into a battle here. Who have we got here? It's an Evo versus... Oh, it looks like we have Lilian and Sim. It looks like we've had a battle already go ahead and finish between now and when we were last on. So apologies for the issues that we have been experiencing. Unfortunately, PCs can be very unpredictable sometimes, but this looks like it was Lilian's. So this is the first half of the battle. So Lilian's lead since chase. Not sure what just happened there. Didn't really see much as I was just getting back into the rhythm of it. But as we have here, they're swapping back around with Lilian to chase and Sim to lead. So we have an Estonian and a Frenchman up against each other here with the Sim and chase in that lovely RX-7? I was going to say RX-7, don't. S15 RB30 as they come with the lights going green down the main straight, initiating into outside zone 1. Lovely proximity so far, just fallen behind a tiny bit there as they come around into inner clip 3 out zone 4. Lovely lead so far from Sim. Lilian in the chase doing a good job there, making sure that they don't fall behind too much with a nice dive there going on to Sim's door, making sure he puts the pressure on. Lovely work so far, and we will have to see what the judges think of that. What a lovely battle between Lilian and Sim. Unfortunately, they've not parked.
Do I'm alive? You can hear me now.
Oh, there we go.
You, everyone. Hello. Oh, everyone's live. Okay. For this one, I can't show you the judge's decision. I'm gonna let you know soon as they gonna answer me that. We have computer issues. I'm very sorry for that.
Unfortunately, we have lost a couple of files randomly for the overlay. We're not having it easy today, are we, Edgar? We are not having it easy.
Not easy at all.
Hey, Rome was built in a day, that's for sure. But what a second half of the battle.
I just still are thinking about decision.
Definitely not the easiest job to be doing. We have it. Well, I would say we have it easy, but I have it easy.
No, I'm stressing my ass off. Just to be fair, every time something is going on wrong,
nothing's
you never
easy.
can be enough. Everything out before the competition. Usually, everything goes wrong straight when you click the streaming button.
The computer's like, yep.
No,
you thought you could stream? You thought you could stream? How dare you?
How dare you?
Well, it makes it eventful. At least we can say we have the most drama.
Okay, we're gonna get ready for the next battle. As long as I'm Edgar's doing his best today.
So we have Chris Abrasa in the lead with Virgil in the chase. Evo versus E92 as they come down the main straight. Chris Abs coming in with a nice big deep into out zone 1, keeping it nice and tight as the E92 comes onto the door with a lovely bit of proximity control here, just mounting the curb in outside zone 5 as they transition into out zone 6. Kind of falling back a bit there from Virgil, but Chris Abs makes sure he keeps the lead going. And that is the first half of the battle. Virgil doing a good job in the chase, just unfortunately falling a bit behind going into that into outside zone 6. I don't know what happened there, but he just suddenly stopped and spun, going back up to the top. But Kristaps making his way back up to the top of the track for the second half of this top 32 battle. We are currently in the last 2 battles of top 32. We are skipping through time on this stream, apparently. We have become time travelers. Just waiting for Virgil to come back up from the bottom of the track. Not sure what's just happened there, but we'll have to get a confirmation on what's going on. as you can see there, that beautiful Evo 10 just coming up to the chase lane here. And E92 coming into the chicane reverse. Now that is a that is an interesting skill. Tomato right here. So as the lights go green there, E92 firing down the main straight with the Evo 10 in chase. Big flick initiation from the E92. Lovely proximity so far from the chase and an amazing lead line so far as they come through in a clip 3 into outside zone 4. Kristaps putting the pressure onto Virgil as they transition into out zone 5. Kind of falling in the back bit there, but he keeps it going. Little tap of the wall there from Virgil as Kristaps shuts it down, but keeps it going somehow. Halfway shut it down, but he did not. He just had to fall back a bit there as they come across the line and finish up the battle. That was a interesting little finish there. So I'm guessing we're going to let you find out the results for us, Edgar. Very interesting about to say the least. So we have Virgil and Kristaps there waiting for their result. Oh, it looks like we have the overlay back for the results. Praise the Lord, that be Windows. So it is right for Virgil, left for Kristaps Russell. We'll have to see how this goes between the judges. I am not too sure, unfortunately, what the results were for the previous battle, but we will find out soon. Waiting for the results here. And it looks like...
And Virgil takes the win.
We don't have the visuals.
Yeah.
I thought we had them.
Arrow thingies.
So I'm guessing Kristaps just pulled away when he thought Virgil was going to hit the wall and spin out. Which, unfortunately, it sucks, but just not quite the commitment. So unfortunately, Kristaps is out for today. We got the qualifying results there. So it's Artam Chulkov versus Polius. Synkunas. There you go. In that GT86 with the F22 Eurofighter in the front. As they flick into the initiation, Artam Chulkov putting on a nice, lovely wide lead line here with Polius in the chase in that GT86. Putting on a nice bit of pressure there with a little dive as they transition into outside zone 5. Keeping it nice and smooth, clean. Oh, and just a bit of a check up there from Polius, getting a bit too close in the chase. Not letting out transition whatsoever, which will cost him dearly, unless it could be that Artem did check up in midway, but we'll have to see how that reflects later on. With a bit of scrubbing there as he goes back up to the start line. Unfortunate as that was a really clean looking battle from up until then. As we've switched them around with Artem in the chase, Polius in the lead. As I have a sip of my monster. So as we see here, Artem waiting to chase in Polius in that GT86. Waiting for those lights to go green. That semaphore doing an amazing job. And here we go, the lights go green. Polius coming through the chicane down the straight with Artam Chulkov right behind him on that initiation. Oh, and just washing too deep, and he hits the wall. That is not the right wall, my guy, to be going near. Unfortunately, Polius just going a bit too deep. It looks like he possibly did a dab of the handbrake there. But it looks like that is going to be Artam Chulkov's battle, unfortunately for Polius. It happens, it's drifting. It is not the most set in stone, but hopefully we'll see Polius back to round 2. Yes, that is not the right wall to be going towards. He saw that one, and he was like, you know what, I'm going to do a wall run on every single wall. But we will see Artem in the top 16, which looks like we're going to be doing a server restart going into the top 16. Unfortunately, I don't think we've got a bracket right now to show you. And it looks like our streamer has got his desktop shown. Before he goes and decides to quit AZ. Make sure we don't see his desktop again. So we are back into the top 16. As you can see here, we've got the drivers just getting some practice runs in. So the first battle of the top 16 is going to be Patrick versus Mattis. Then we've got Alex versus Janis. Then we have Darius OMT versus Jan. And then we have Andreas Yubas, Darius' teammate, against Julich. So unfortunately, we are having some issues with the top 32, the entire bracket. And I will have the full results to share just now. I have just received it from our lovely host, Edgar's. And so, yes. So is Patrick versus Mattis. We have Alex versus Janis, Darius and Juan, Andreas and Julich. Then we have Alex and Jagard versus Kevin.
Dan ze wel weer in de bal machine.
We have Tim versus Andreas. We have Juan versus Sim, and Virgil versus Artam Jagard. So that is our top 16 so far. Unfortunately, we just haven't had the bracket quite up there, which we apologise. But hopefully for round 2 we will have this a bit more fleshed out. So please bear with us. This is not representation of our organisation, I can promise you that. But as we can see here, we have our first battle appearing to the line, which is Patrick versus Mattis, Evo 10 versus F22, and they are going straight away into that first initiation zone, into the out zone one, with that beautiful proximity coming from that F22 Eurofighter, with the Evo 10 doing a beautiful lead line so far, with a big transition here, coming into outside zone 6 with a lovely set of chasing here. Right on that door, wheel to wheel, as they come round that wall into the finish line. What a first half of the battle. Just kicking off the top 16 with a bit of craziness. As you can see here, Jesus Christ. Amazing work from both of these drivers so far. Definitely making sure that they are showing off that they can be the best. Just getting some little bits going on here. Oops, there we go. So we have Patrick now in the chase, Mattis in the lead. As they wait for the lights to go green, they are going to get mean. Trust me, when they get mean, it gets scary. As you can see, Mattis did an insane lead, so we've got to see if Patrick can put up the same kind of pressure as they go into this next half of the battle. With that Evo 10 chasing down that F22 with big initiation here for both drivers, making sure that he does put the pressure on. Coming around this into outside zone 4, Patrick putting on the pressure. Look at this. Beautiful work so far from both drivers. A big angle into the wall there from Mattis. That was insane. just Patrick did not quite. It wasn't too sure how to take that. Not that you. That was beautiful. Beautiful work from both drivers once again in that second half of the battle, and we'll have to see what the judges think of that. So Patrick and Mattis definitely putting on a really good top 16 first battle, making sure that we have all of the excitement in DKRTR. So we will have to see. It'll be left for Patrick, right for Mattis. Not sure if we've got the graphics back up or working, but we will have to see. Andreas is into the top 32. Yes, I only speak in English, unfortunately, but Andreas is in the top 16. As we just wait for the... Oh, and it's looking like it's going to Patrick. Which... Yep, Yep. So Patrick taking a unanimous decision here. Unfortunately, Mattis not taking the win in the top 16. So we will be seeing Patrick into the top 8. So our first winner of the first top 16 of the first round of DKRTR 2024. As we have the second battle.
Oh, dear, there's one to dial.
Hmm?
Oh, you can hear me?
Yep.
Oh, bad. That was bad.
Like,
no one
hello?
shouldn't hear that.
So we have Alex here and Janis. So Janis in the lead, I believe. Both in BMWs from the looks of this.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Oh my God. Can I?
So we have Alex in the chase, it looks like, and Janis to lead as they come into this initiation, firing down the straight into outside zone 1 with the... Look at that proximity. Just fallen back a tiny bit for that first transition with that F22 in the lead and the E92 in the chase. Beautiful work so far from both drivers. That F22 putting on an amazing lead. That E92 coming in, kind of being a bit shy getting onto the proximity, but as he comes around, he puts that pressure back on and across the line. We are going to send these two guys back up to the start line to flip around. What positions? This is a very good start to the top 16. As we can see here, two really cool looking cars, both black and red. Almost thought they were the same car for a minute there. Now with Janis in the chase, with Alex to lead. Just waiting for the lights to go green so we can send them down. Two beautiful looking cars, that's for sure. Do like the F22. I'm definitely biased over to the F22, that is for sure. Favourite out of the two cars. And as the lights go green, they get sent through the chicane. Firing down that straight. And here we go, flicking into outside zone 1. Oh, very close to making contact there from that F22 Eurofighter as they transition into outside zone 2. Coming through, putting a nice bit of proximity here, but not getting too dangerous as they transition into outside zone 5. Getting very close there, almost making contact with the lead as they come round to the wall on outside zone 6, putting the pressure on with the wheel to the door. Beautiful work from both drivers. Wow. It is going to be this is going to be a very, very interesting top 16 just from these first two battles from the looks of it. So as we can see here, it is left for Alex, right for Janis for our second top 16 battle of the season. Hopefully Edgar isn't having any issues with his mic this time. See here, judges just deliberating on who deserves to take the win on this battle. As we can, and I'm just looking into the YouTube now with 83 of you watching. Welcome to DKRTR 2024 Drift King of RTRiga round 1, and it looks like it's going to be one for Janis. Yeah, don't judge me. Don't judge me, Edgar.
DKR. DKR.
DKR.
DKR. Welcome to DKR. Bye-bye. Oh, we
Also,
have
it's a
one
split
more touch.
decision. Wow.
Amazing.
Did you expect that? I
No,
didn't.
definitely
I did not. That just means our judges are very split on who should have taken that battle. So we're going to send them back to bits, fresh tyres, fresh fuel. Get them back up to that line, ready for their second battle of the top 16. With, I think it's Janis to lead. You can see here that F22 coming back into lead, firing down the straight with smoke bellowing out of those rear wheels. Back onto outside zone 1 with a lovely initiation and proximity in that first zone. The E92 putting the pressure on, making sure he feels every inch of that car up against the side of him. With a little bit of contact there, but nothing too major to unsettle the car. Lovely work in the chase and a beautiful lead. This is a great start to this OMT. They're not going to make it easy for the judges, that's for sure. Insane in the membrane. As we'll get rid of this top 32 bracket thingy, I can see. But amazing work. If you're just tuning in, welcome to the first round of Drift King of RTRiga 2024, round 1. I'm your host. I am your commentator for today, Brandon Carter. I will be here for the rest of the season. And yeah, welcome to the top 16. We currently have Janis versus Alex. This is the second half of their OMT. As we have the lights go green, Alex in the lead, Janis into the chase. They have swapped around. That Hassan racing E92. Flicking in with a big angle going into out zone 1. Oh, and it looks like there's a bit of contact there. Potentially could have been lag. We do not know. We'll have to see. I'm just looking on the second screen here, and it looks like it potentially could have just been. Janis was a bit too aggressive there going into outside zone 1. Made sure he knew he had to put the pressure on. Potentially as a spotter telling him that the previous run that his lead was very good, but the chase was putting on the pressure. Fortunate end to a top this one more time battle, but we will have to see how the judges deem that as he comes around here to line up. 2 BMWs, 2 very different size BMWs, mind you, as well. Ooh, I can smell food. Oh, this ain't good. So swipe right for Janis, left for Alex. Previously, our judges did have a hard time agreeing on who should have taken that first battle, so it was a one more time. This is going to be interesting on how they look at this one. So I am just going to tune into the stream myself. So as you can see here, they're taking their time, making sure they make the right call. Ooh. My Discord went a bit funky there. Go. So, this is not the easiest job for the judges, making sure they check every single angle, every bit of the battle, and it looks like a unanimous decision for Alex. Unfortunately, I think Janis just taking a bit too much aggression into that chase. Fortunately, we will have to see him in round 2 of DKRTR 2024. As we can see here, we've got the next set of drivers coming up here, and who have we got? It looks like an R35 and an F22, but I am not sure which ones. I don't know where my screen went. Oh, so we've got Darius in the lead here with Juan into the chase. So as the lights go green, we have that R35 GTR coming in to lead with that F22 Eurofighter to chase. As they fire down the initiation into the outside zone 1 with a bit of a gap there at the start, but nothing too major. As they come round into outside zone 4, transitioning towards 5. Nice big transition there from the R35 with the F22 keeping close, making sure that he doesn't get too close as he puts the wheel to wheel, going around the wall on outside zone 6. Amazing work from both drivers here, as Darius is a very, very laser-focused lead driver. Janis, Jan making sure he is on the ball with this one. Not Janis, Jan. Amazing work from both drivers as we send them back up to the top of the hill, switch around, and get Jan to lead, Darius to chase. This is definitely not the easiest car to be chasing for Jan, as that R35 is a big car, so, and especially on this track where it's very tight and technical, it's probably one of the hardest cars to chase in this top 16, that is for sure. So as you can see here, Darius in the chase, Jan in the lead, waiting to go, and we have some Jan fans in the chat as he goes down into the main straight here with Darius on his tail, putting the wheel to wheel straight away. Jan putting a good lead as Darius is putting on the pressure, making sure he is known in every single turn. Jan doing a very good job though as they come into outside zone 6. Darius making sure he is there. He's like, hey, I'm here. I got you, bro. I got you. And across the line. That was that was some crazy driving from both drivers there. So as you can see here, is left for Darius and right for Jan. Not Dan, Jan. And it looks like it is going to be going to Darius OMT with just a bit more strength in this battle. Unfortunate for Jan, but an amazing job nevertheless. Amazing result for both drivers. Jan making sure he can prove that he is there to party. So we will see him in the next round. Hopefully he may go against Darius again, you never know. And maybe revenge. Yes, definitely amazing, amazing run from both drivers. Darius has just had a bit more heat, but it looks like we've got an SS Yubas versus Julich. This is once again a name that I struggled with. But GT86 versus S15. As you can see here, they're firing down the straight towards the initiation, and Nessa's doing a very good job so far in the lead with that nice wide, big angle lead. With Julich doing a very good job keeping with Andreas. Just a bit scrappy in the chase, just trying to make sure that he can keep up with a bit of a gap there, but keeps the pressure on towards the end, coming across the line. And great job from both drivers there. Very, very clean lead. Hopefully, Georges can do the same when they switch around. Once again, another Team Riga driver with Andreas. Just one of those laser-focused drivers that are very, very hard to beat, in my opinion. So, the underdog, this is a David and Goliath situation. As you can see here, they've switched now around. Julius in the lead. Nessas Yubas in the chase. And this is definitely not an easy situation to be for Julius.
For this community. Oh, we are live, and everyone can hear me how I'm moaning about. Right. Oh, perfect.
Are we back? Are we back? Are we back?
We are back.
We're back. We're back.
The chat, and the chat, I would say, the chat was listening to me how swearing about the situation. Yeah.
See,
if everyone feels like it and have some computers at home and they feel like donating them to this community, I'm open for offers, because it doesn't work. It just doesn't work.
Not having a fun time.
It's not a joke. I'm not even joking. Maybe the Elon Musk is watching us, or some from Microsoft, some AMD. I don't know.
I'd be blaming Microsoft for this.
Yeah. Sponsor one computer just for stream. I won't open the big boy pages on it. It's going to be purely for business, and this what we do.
Well, at least you managed to get the stream up quicker this time.
I'm getting used to it. I have my own tactics how to restart the computer quicker and all that kind of stuff.
Sat there with his goggles on, ultimate hacker.
Yeah. The numbers like in the Matrix falling from the crazy. Yeah, sure. Why not?
Jason, what do they mean?
Jason, what those numbers mean? I don't know. Probably the times that my software crashed. 697. But at least
You're killing me.
It's actually the same as watching television. Like in every 25 minutes, you have 15-minute commercial break.
Right, so it looks like we've got our next battle for the top 16, which is Alex Jagard and Kevin into chase. Kevin. So as you can see, the lights go green as Alexander Jagard in that big Shelby Super Snake leads in Kevin with a big initiation onto that outside zone, making sure he tickles that outside line with Kevin in the chase, doing a good job so far, making sure he doesn't follow Alexander into that outside zone too deep. Very nice clean run from both drivers here so far with a nice little transition, but Alexander just tapping the wall, which is not good, but he's just doing what Mustang just drivers do best, and it aims for the crowd behind the wall. Damn, unfortunate, but hopefully he can redeem himself in the second half of this battle, because it is drifting, anything can happen. Ooh, everyone's debating on what would be the best and the hardest to drive with. I'm saying with a controller with no scripts. Do it, dare you. As we see here, we've got Kevin now in the lead, Alexander Jagard in the chase. As the lights go green, we got that E92 to lead in that Shelby Super Snake as they fire it down the main straight towards that initiation with a nice flick going into outside zone 1, keeping it tidy. Alexander making sure that he puts the pressure on to make sure he kind of redeems his mistake in the lead as Kevin comes towards the transition into outer zone 6 here. Alexander Jagard putting the wheel up towards up against Kevin's wheel there. Beautiful work from both drivers. Just hopefully this could not result well for Alexander. So as we have here, Alexander Jagard left, Kevin Schwartz to the right. And it's looking like it goes to Alexander Jagard here. So it could potentially be that Kevin made a bit of contact in the transition and caused Alexander Jagard to be just off of line and go too deep into the wall. So that's an interesting call. We'll have to see. We'll have to get an explanation for that at some point, potentially. But as you can see here, we have our next battle coming up, which is Tim versus Andreas. And it looks like we have got some Andreas fans in the chat. So we have Tim to lead, Andreas to chase as the lights go green, sending them down the straight. F22 to lead, S15 in the chase. Flicking into outside zone 1. Andreas putting on the pressure from the get-go as they transition into outside zone 2. Andreas just falling back a tiny bit there as... Oh, he's going a bit wide there in the chase, but he seems to keep it going as Tim transitions into outside zone 6 with Andreas putting on the pressure, making sure he's there. He's saying, hey, Tim, mate, I'm with you. I ain't backing down. I got you. I'm here to take the win. As they go back up the hill towards the start line to swap around, and it looks like Andreas is definitely the better grip driver here. Definitely, he should take up a GT3 contract and do some grip racing. It looks like if you can handle a drift car like that. As you can see here, as they swap around, Andreas in the lead, Tim to chase, and we will see how it goes in the second half of this battle. Andreas definitely putting on the pressure to Tim, so let's see if Tim can put on the same amount of pressure as Andreas did in the chase. As the lights go green, they swap around and they head back down the straight for the second time in this top 16. As they do a very close initiation there, Tim putting the back bumper to front bumper to back bumper there as they transition into outside zone 4. Tim definitely putting on a lot of pressure here. Can he keep it to the same level as Andreas did? And he can. Andreas doing an amazing job rubbing that back end against the wall. What a battle. Definitely a hard one for the judges to take here. Wow. They ain't messing about. So it'll be left for Tim. Right for Andreas. And let's see who goes on into the top 8. So I just check how many belts we got. So this is the first half of this group. There are 3 judges there deliberating on what this bell should do. So we got 1 for Andreas. Could it be split? Could it be Andreas? Let's see. As we wait for our Mans and Daniels to make their choice. Not an easy one to make, that's for sure. That was a very close battle, I'd say. Both drivers doing amazing jobs in the lead and the chase. Both aggressive, both clean. Oh, and one. It looks like it's going to be a one more time. Potentially, if our man's could be an OMT, but it goes to Andreas. So it's a split decision. So unfortunately, Tim does not quite have enough there to take the win. But Andreas takes the win, and we will see him in the top 8. Hopefully, we'll see Tim in the next round, round 2 of DKRTR. Amazing job from both drivers. Yes, definitely. That was definitely worthy of a OMT as well. And like you said, yes, we do see less. We are just the viewers. They have more angles. They can see what's going on a bit better. And as you can see here, we have Simvort in the lead in that RB30 S15 with Juan Antonio in that A90 Supra in the chase. So this is definitely going to be a interesting battle. We'll love delivery on that A90. As the lights go green, we have Sim leading in. As we have Sim leading in Juan here, as they initiate into outer zone 1. A lot of... Wow, that was a very close initiation there as they transition into inner clip 3. Kind of coming in a bit too shallow there from Juan, but he manages to keep it going as Sim transitions now into outside zone 6 as Juan puts the pressure on wheel to wheel, kind of pulling back a bit. There's a bit of a gap forming, but and they come across the line. So definitely bit scrappy in the chase there from Juan. Could have good proximity, just coming a bit short on the line, as what the judges are going to be wanting to see is that the chase driver does not go short and shallow and almost overtakes the lead driver. But good commitment, very good commitment from the chase. The lead line was on point as well. So as we can see here, we got Sim in the lead, in the chase. I am losing my mind. I think Edgar's is existential crisis has rubbed off on me as we have Juan in the lead, Sim in the chase, firing down that big straight there as they go to outside zone 1, flirting with the outside line there with that A90 Supra as Sim is right in that. Oh, he almost checked himself up there in the chase, just didn't escape the pocket in time, but manages to save it as Juan transitions into outside zone 6. Sim kind of a bit short there, but make sure he's still in the pocket, in the fight, as they come across the line with that back end of the A90 Super again obliterated on that wall. Just unfortunately, looks like Sim did get himself caught up in the transitions with a bit too much aggression, but we will have to see what the judges decide with Juan in to the left and Sim to the right. And I just heard Edgar vaguely move his mic.
Yes.
Nice to see you're here.
I'm trying to... I'm getting my stuff together, my nerves, and I'm hoping to be back on helping you and be second wave for today.
What did you think to that battle?
Actually, couldn't really take a look on it, but
well,
the most
definitely
important part
interesting.
Be take a look on this.
Looks like we got 1 for Sim. Could it be potentially that Juan was slightly a bit too slow in those transitions and it could have checked up Sim? We will have to see. I'm not a judge, so I can't really say. So we got 1 for Sim. The suspense is killing us. I can see in the chat everyone's screaming for Sim. I'd love to see the support towards the drivers here. Judges definitely making sure they check this battle thoroughly, that's for sure.
Yes, they are looking on the replays again, over and over again. They notice something that could change the.
Oh, we got one for an OMT.
OMT. We have one for Sim.
Could go either way right now.
I was gonna say, if he's gonna say,
and it's a one more time.
Let's go.
Hit me, baby, one more time. Drift me, baby, one more time, more like. So we're going to send them back to the start line again with fresh tyres, fresh fuel, as always, in the fashion of an OMT. And we're going to have Sim back at the lead and Juan back to chase as the lights go green already. Drivers barely got even a chance to even focus. So as you can see here, Sim leading Juan back into that outside zone 1, with Juan just coming a bit shallow there with a lot of angle. Coming through into outside zone 4, Juan making sure he's still in the fight, with a nice bit of pace there, with Sim doing a lovely lead line so far into outside zone 6. Juan just struggling with a little bit of smooch wheel to wheel there, definitely struggling to keep it nice and deep, but across the line. And what a nice first battle half of the one more time there. Sim doing a very good job in the lead so far, very consistent, very strong lead. Juan just seems to be struggling with grip levels from the looks of it. The car just wants to drive itself out of the zones. Bit too much forward bite there, my guy. Potentially. Good aggression though. Very good aggression. Ooh. Too much monster. That's what I'm blaming this on. Too much monster.
Can't be too much. What do you mean too much?
Well, apparently
I've been living on it. I've been living on it for the last 2 weeks.
Oh god. Well, so we have Juan here leading down Sim in that A90 Supra as they initiate into outside zone 1, but Juan doing a very good job in outside zone 1, so maybe not too much forward bite, just too much aggression in that chase, with Sim doing a very good job chasing this time, not getting caught up. As I say that, I give him the commentator's curse. He gets caught up in that transition going into outside zone 5, as Juan does a beautiful lead into outside zone 6 and across the line. I need to stop. I need to not curse these. The commentator's curse is here officially. It is here to curse people. But as you can see here, it's going to be right for Sim, left for Juan in this one more time. We'll have to see who this goes to. Could this be an upset for the Sim fans, or could Juan be knocked out of this top 16? Sim definitely getting very aggressive in those transitions, but could be could cost him. Could we see another one more time? Just double checking my sheets, and this is the second to last battle of this group. We're seeing some people saying Sim. I think is it Sim? You say? Is that how you say his name?
What are we saying? Longer? Sim.
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 Sim on the Sim.
And it's Sim.
And it looks like it is going to Sim. Unfortunately, Juan just looks like his chasing was a bit too shallow, almost overtaking Sim in every part of the track. But great effort from both drivers, and we will see Sim in the top 8. So as we have the next battle getting ready to line up, it looks like in the back there we have Virgil versus Artam Julich, which will be Artam to lead and Virgil to chase. Nice bit of swaying there as he overtakes him to come to the start line. So F22 versus E92. It seems like that's happening a lot today. As they come down into the initiation, Artam Julich firing it into outside zone 1, keeping it on that wide line, right way should be, with Virgil in the chase, putting on the pressure onto Artam, doing a very good job in both the lead and the chase. And there's beautiful BMWs as they come into outside zone 6, just getting a bit caught up there from in the transition there for Virgil, but he still manages to put the wheel to wheel as they come across the line out of the last zone. Very good job from both of these drivers so far. Artam definitely knows how to lead, put a good lead on, and Virgil putting the pressure on as they switch, go up the hill and switch around. Definitely like the bubble. We are back, we are back, we are back! And I think we are just waiting on the results for this battle. Thank you for moving me back, Edgar. It's just making sure that we knew what was going on. The stream from the judges, and it looks like it's
the win.
Yep, Artem Chulkov takes the win against Virgil there. And unfortunately, we did not get to see the second half of that battle, but...
Are we getting quicker and quicker with starting computer?
Oh yeah, so eventually you're going to be able to just do it straight away with a finger snap.
Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe next time I should take extra computer, just replug the cable and that's it. You know.
So it looks like we are going to be switching servers, which means I think that's the last of the top 16. If I do believe so. Are we going into top 8 now? I think we are going into top 8, aren't we?
We're going to sort it out soon. So we're going to come back to the next group. Thank you. Don't go away and stay put.
So, welcome back to round 1 of DKRTR, Drift King of RTRiga. We are into the top 8. So this is the last 8 drivers to prove themselves that they can be the best. So we do seem to have... I'm just looking at the lists here. I think the first battle is Patrick versus Alex Spurmanis. So we got Patrick leading in that with that Evo 10, Alex in that E92. As you can see here, the lights go green, and we are going back down for the first top 8 battle of the first of this 2024 season, going into outside zone 1, and look at that pressure from Alex Spurmanis. So far, it is an insane job with that Evo 10, doing a lovely lead line so far, and Alex is making the most of that situation with that chase as they come into outside zone 6, just hitting the wall there. Unfortunately, that will impact his lead score in this battle, but hopefully when they flick round to change that, they might be able to even the odds. They are definitely hashing it out today. Do love that Evo 10 though. I need to give that car a go. Amazing work both from Patrick and Alex so far. as we switch them around for the second half of our top 8. As you can see here, Alex in that E92 leading in Patrick in the Evo 10. As the lights go green, that E92 comes through the chicane and fires it out. Maybe just tapping a cone there. As we see the concrete cones taking effect as they go to outside zone 1. But not as much proximity between the two, unlike the first half, as they come into outside zone 4, transitioning into 5. Patrick doing a really good job though to make sure he sticks with Alex there, just not as much proximity, and he starts to create a gap. And across the line, just unfortunately, I think Patrick did not have as much pressure, so this could go to Alex. Just from what I'm seeing, but you never know. The judges can see a lot more. So it'll be right for Alex, left for Patrick. And I'm starting to lose my voice. Need a drink.
Welcome to RT Riga.
Yep.
Yep.
You might.
For
So-
you should be happy then the all-time streams goes off and like, oh,
No, it benefits my
up.
voice. Oh, remember how I said in qualifying that I could start smelling a barbecue?
yeah.
I was not wrong. My
You
family was having a barbecue downstairs, and I was
Ah.
fuming. they started it without me, but it looks like we got one for Alex. What the judge is going to do, and it goes to Alex Lasmanis. Not quite related to Edgar's, but
Definitely not related.
you never know. It might be a long lost distant cousin. But yep. So congratulations to Alex there. Unfortunately, Patrick just not having quite as much of a just as a strong chase. But now we have the teammate battle: Andreas versus Darius. Team RTR going hashing it out against each other in this first round of DKRTR 2024. Mr. Julich and Ostraker coming up to the line with Darius to lead and Andreas to chase. This is going to be a crazy battle. Make sure you have your popcorn and your drinks outside and try not to drop them as this craziness unfolds. These two are insane when they battle each other. Look at the side-by-side initiation from Andreas chasing Darius Ostraker into outside zone 2. Look at that insane proximity coming from Andreas so far with that IR35 in the lead. This is what I'm on about. These boys do not have any chill when it comes to battling each other. Is always the case as they come across the line. What a battle! This is a crazy second battle for this top 8. They are not holding back. They may be teammates, but they know each other too well, and they put all of it on the line. I love watching these two. I love it. This is probably going to be my favourite battle of the entire event. I'm a bit biased because I've seen what these two can do together, but as you can see, it proves. So as you can see here, we have an SSU Julich in the lead with Darius now to chase. Big versus small. It is David versus Goliath when it comes to car size. Very big different contrast, but they are not afraid to put it on the line as Andreas fires it down the straight with Darius at the side of it, putting on the pressure once again with the R35 GTR on the chase, putting it onto the door of Andreas Julich in that GT86 as he comes to outside zone 4, transitioning into outside zone 5. What an insane battle this is turning up to be with Darius Ostraker coming up onto that door of Andreas. This is not the one you would want to be a judge for. This is insane battle from both these drivers. Team RTR coming in to the first round of DKRTR 2024 with heat, putting on the show. And I do not want to be a judge in this situation. Amazing work from both of these boys. And we'll have to see how it goes. So right for Andreas Julich and Darius Ostraker to the left. It could be an OMT, as I'm seeing in the chat. We could have an OMT, which I would love to see. But we will have to see what the judges think first. One more time. Could we have a one more time between the Urta boys? Which is just crazy because they will go even harder. I really want to have my chance at hashing it out with one of these two in a different series that I drive in. These are the guys to beat when it comes to the European series. And it looks like it's going to Darius Ostraka. So so it was a bit of a split decision there, but an interesting one to say the least. So Darius taking down his teammate Andreas. So we will see Andreas in the next round, but Darius goes into the top 4. So next battle we have Alexander Jagard versus Andreas Kleinsberg. So we have Andreas to chase, Alexander to lead. Obviously, people in the chat feeling like it's a bit of a different result than it should have been, but obviously the judges do see many different things. But and it doesn't look like they were ready to start there. Potentially, we had someone coming up the track, but Alexander, as the lights go green, getting that Shelby Super Snake around that chicane, firing it down the lead into the lead lane there. Coming into outside zone 1, Andreas putting on the pressure from the get-go. Kind of falls back there, as they both did wash quite a bit wide, but as he comes back onto the door, transitioning into outside zone 5, Andreas putting on the pressure, but falls back a bit there, getting a bit caught in the pocket, as Alexander Jagard does a good job here in the lead, with Andreas coming onto his door, crossing the line. Wow. A lot of craziness happening in the top 8 so far. I do think, potentially, this could be the craziest event I've ever had to commentate so far. So as you can see here, Andreas swapping around into the lead. Alexander going into the chase. And as we wait for the lights to go green, we have Andreas in that NS15. Alexander Jagard in the Shelby Super Snake. It's like, it almost reminds me of James Dean versus Odibachi. If that's how you say his name, excuse me. Just waiting for these lights. Unfortunately, just seen the comment as I did not see the tap from Andreas there in that previous battle, but can't keep an eye on everything as Andreas comes into outside zone 1 with Alexander Jagard with that Shelby Super Snake on his door as they transition through in a clip 3, coming out to out zone 4. Alexander Jagard putting the pressure on as Andreas does an absolute textbook run here, but Alexander Jagard just hits him and puts him in the wall. Unfortunately, that could be the end of Alexander's weekend, but we will have to see what the judges think. Potentially, it could have been Andreas did check upon the angle and could have slowed down a bit too much, but we'll have to see what the judges say. Andreas on the right, Alexander Jagard on the left. Very unfortunate end to that battle. Could potentially that be that Andreas did check up and slow down a bit too much going into the wall, which caused Alexander to make that contact, or it could have been that Alexander just dived a bit too much there. We can see here the judges definitely deliberating on what was going on there. I do think we do need to get some judges. We do need to get a judge in here at some point to explain some of these calls. So we'll have to see if Mr. Edgars can make that possible. Definitely taking their time on this. They obviously judges are making sure. Oh,
we wait for the one more time.
We've got one OMT. Nice to have you back, Edgar. We have got people saying in the chat that they would like to hear from one of the judges about the calls.
That's what we're gonna sort out. And we should be back online. At least that's what
I hope so.
you don't see nothing at all.
No, I do not. I don't see what's going on.
Me too, because it's gonna restart soon anyways.
There we go. Beautiful,
Alright,
beautiful.
there is a second battle between Andreas and Alexander. We will see what judge is gonna say now. Sadly, we didn't see battles, but as much as I heard that they give bit messy runs this time.
Yep, that is what I heard also. We are going to have one of the judges join us to explain some of the calls in the top 8. So it gives a bit more clarity to what's been going on. But we're back. We're back again. You know what? I think I'm going to have to send you money for a monster as well, just for the sake of how quickly you're getting these
Stream back online, isn't it?
That is definitely a mission and a half to do. But yes, so the judges are.
And Andreas takes that win.
Oh yes. So Alexander and Jagard just not bringing enough apparently. I didn't see the battle, but unfortunate for his weekend, but putting a good battle in nevertheless. So are we going to get a judge into here and explain what's been going on?
Does the judge wants to come in online and explain what's going on? Okay, here we're gonna get
just before we send this next battle.
Or head judge. Welcome, Armand.
Yeah, hi there, viewers. So on the first part, first 2 runs, we did see a first messy run, but on the second where there was the hard contact, we saw mistakes from both drivers because there is a diesel zone, but Andreas did not go full throttle as he should be just after the diesel zone. But Alexander was just also too aggressive, too fast in that zone, expecting Andreas to go forward, and the slowdown from Andreas wasn't that hard, and yeah. On the second run, we just saw a better chase run from Andreas, and there was also a contact from Alexander in the second before the second outer zone. So that leaves us to giving the win to Andreas.
So there you go. So that's the explanation to that last battle. Unfortunately, we couldn't see the second half, the OMT, but thank you to our lovely judge for explaining that to us. But now we have Sim versus Artam Chulkov, and it looks like they're coming up to the line now. Artam Chulkov to lead, Sim to chase. Hopefully all of you viewers have appreciated the clarity on their decision. And as the lights go green, we have Artam leading in Sim. Going into outside zone 1, firing it in with Sim on the door of Artam there as they transition into outside zone 2. Sim doing a really good job here, just slightly over-angling there, but he keeps it going, keeps the pace up as Artam puts a lovely lead line on so far. Sim keeping up with him there, keeping the proximity nice and clean, not getting too aggressive as they come across the line there. Lovely work from Sim in the chase there, and Artam doing a great lead. So as you can see here, they're headed back up the hill. And potentially it could be the last time for one of them. So we will be sending them and swapping them around for the second half of their top 8 battle. With Sim to lead, Artam Chulkov to chase. And I can slowly feel my voice going froggy. So as you can see there, Artam.
I'm checking my computer. Do you hear me?
Oh,
I'm online.
yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah,
Yep.
my PC is cooking, so we can get some barbecue over here as well.
Oh, a bit of overheating.
I don't know. It's not overheating. It's just blowing really hot air out. But the funniest part is, it's not my computer, it's not their fault this time.
So as you can see here, Artem Chulkov putting on the pressure, kind of having a bit of a shallow angle there in the chase. But Sim doing a very good job in the lead so far with Artem Chulkov in the chase in that F22 Eurofighter with the S15 in the lead as they transition into outer zone 6 here with Artem Chulkov putting it wheel to wheel, kissing that rubber. And as they come around the wall, they put it across the line. What a battle. Sim definitely proving that he can go with the big boys. Artem Chulkov here doing a very good run. And so it'll be left for Sim, right for Artem Chulkov. This is their chance to get into the top 4 and potentially go for top spot of the first round of DKRTR 2024. Round 1. So as we wait for a decision. As you can see around the track, we do have our branding of the lovely sponsors of this series. Without them, we wouldn't have the chance to be able to put this on for them. Watch these drivers going about, doing what they do, putting on show for all of you. Just wait on this decision now. We have a lot of Sim supporters here. Judges definitely taking their time with this one. But like we've been saying, the longer they take, the better the judging is. Oh, and we've got one more time from our Judge Martins there. Martins? Is that how you say it? Martins? Oh, and it's going to be a one more time between Sim and Artem Chulkov. So we're going to send them back up to the pits, get some fuel, but it is a split decision, so they weren't all on agreement there. One of them did say that Artem should have took it, but it is an OMT.
All right, we will get a head judge over here. Seems like he likes to talk with the people. So... oh, okay. People saying he needs to talk, and we're gonna make him talk. Welcome back, tournament.
Hello. Yeah,
the
this
pitchforks
is
coming out.
So glad I'm well. No, but the track marshal actually, Lilian, pushed me to come here. So to elaborate on this run, we actually, the judges, we had split decisions on this one. So on the first run, we saw correction from the lead driver in the first zone. He was braking in the first zone hard, so the chase driver was forced to make mistake and go to the out of the zone. The rest of the run was quite fine, but on the second run, the lead driver was doing quite a lot of corrections and also being slow on several zones, especially after the outer zone 4. Sorry, he was doing boxes in a very slow speed, and especially the last box. So since in the first run the lead driver was pretty hard, and on the second run overall the lead driver, we were not satisfied with it, so we're going one more time. But from my perspective, Artyom took the win, but we're going one more time.
And there you go, there you have it. Thank you very much for the confirmation, and we will get these drivers back onto the line. It's always good speaking to the judges, get to pick their brain, see what's going on. So, Sim.
New York City.
What?
Oh, I'm online again. Oh, shouldn't sing. Fair play.
You make me laugh.
This is getting back on in the mood.
Oh yeah, it's nice to hear you being a bit more positive and happy.
Yeah, I'm getting used to it, restarting computers and all that. So
As you can see here, Artem Chulkov back in the lead, Sim into the chase as the lights goes green, and they are coming across into the initiation with that S15 in tote, with that F22 Eurofighter. Bit of a gap here forming, but as Sim comes through in that transition, he is making sure he stays with Artem. Artem doing a very good job in the lead so far, coming into outside zone number 5, as Sim puts the pressure onto the door, gets a bit choked up there in the chase, but he keeps going, and he's back on the door of Artem Chulkov there in the chase. Lovely stuff from both of these drivers.
Let's go.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Yeah, the closer we get to the finals, the battle's getting hotter and hotter, harder to choose and figure out who was better, who gave all what they had. Right? Hope so.
Indeed, this is definitely their chance to prove that they are the best of the best and they can take the top spot. While we wait for these to spin around, I'm just gonna.
I will have a sip of the monster drink.
Sip of the Monster and put a story.
Zoom juice. Zoom juice.
There we go. As we get the lights going green, we send them back down the straight again with Sim in the lead, Artem Chulkov in the chase with a very close initiation there from Artem Chulkov. Bumper to bumper as they go through outside zone 1, it's outside zone 2, and he is putting the pressure onto Sim. Sim doing a very good job at the moment in the lead as Artem Chulkov comes in that F22 into the last transition into outside zone 6. Wheel to wheel, kissing them 2 front wheels. Oh, this is definitely not. I think we need to start highlighting this stream as 18 plus. It's getting a bit romantical between the drivers here. But as you can see, going across the line, and they have done an amazing job. Yes, my ADHD is definitely kicking in now. But as you can see here, so it's 1 to Artem. Judges are very, very clear on this one from the look of this. And it is going to Artem Chulkov. So unfortunately for the Sim fans, he does not take the top 8, but he will go down as a fan favourite from the look of it. And Artem Chulkov takes the win, and he will be going into the top 4. And this one definitely looks like a controversial one in the comments. So, could we potentially get a judge into the chat to see what they? Well, it's looking a bit split in the comments right now. That's for sure. As we have the top 4 drivers going out for practice. Do you reckon, Andreas, we can get our head judge just in here to explain that decision?
Probably not, because we're gonna take 5-minute break and then be back in 5 minutes.
Okie dokie, so we'll see you then.
All right.
Welcome back, everyone. We are here for the top 4 of the first round of DKRTR24 Drift King of RTRiga. If you're just tuning in, we have had an insane top 32 and a lot of drama, a lot of good chasing, a lot of good leading, and a couple of spin outs. And to start the first top 4 battle, it is going to be Darius OMT versus Alex OMT. With Darius lead, Alex to chase. As the lights go green, we are starting off straight away with Darius in the lead in that R35 GTR, with Alex in that E92 with a nice initiation with that E92 right against the R35's door as he transitioned to outside zone 2 with a lot of pressure from the get-go from Alex here. He knows that Darius is no slouch to be fighting against, so he has to put the pressure on as they go into outside zone 6, putting the nice proximity, kissing that front wheel against the door from the looks of this as they go across the line. What the first started about Alex putting the pressure onto Darius. Will this be the time where Darius gets dethroned?
Really interesting to hear my own third name while I'm watching. Bit weird.
What was that?
It's weird to hear my surname while I'm watching. So.
Yeah, I bet. So as we can see here, Alex now in the lead, Darius OMT in the chase. Just waiting for those lights to go green. And I can see in the comments that about the previous battle. If you've got if you want any information about the battles that have happened in the top 8 in this entire bracket, go into the Discord and get in contact with our judges, just or put it in there and just tag them, and they'll be able to clarify what's been going on. But unfortunately, I can't really give much of an opinion, as I am just a lowly commentator.
You're not that. Yeah, I'm still here. I'm not chatting that much, but you're not alone. Don't ever leave.
I didn't say lonely. I said lowly, as in I am not.
Lonely. I was thinking you were saying lonely.
No. I'm not in the position to be giving comments about battles. Unfortunately, I just commentate of them. I just say what I see, and obviously some of you guys might be seeing something different to what I see. So that is the beautiful part about this. Everyone can see different parts. We all have our own opinions. Drifting is
Seems
definitely...
like you have some hiccups over here.
Oh, yep, definitely something's going on. Who let the cat onto the track?
And there is green light. Let's go.
Here we go. So we got that Hassan Racing E92 there with Darius OMT putting it onto that E92's door as he pushes him out of the outside one. And as they come around into outside zone 4, transitioning around to outside zone 5, there's a lot of pressure coming from Darius OMT here. Not as much as Alex O in his chase there, but nevertheless, what an insane battle between the two. Definitely caught me off guard there. Knew Darius was cooking up something, but my lord. Wasn't too sure what happened there between the two going into outside zone 1. I'm just going to have another look on the stream.
Oh, this was the second run already.
Yes,
I missed something. Oh, okay. Time flies.
Oh, yes, it does. Just trying to get the stream to be up and trying to see what's going on. Trying to get the right moment. Go. So
Yeah, we are live, yeah, right? Yeah,
yes, we are. So,
okay, the world see us. That's good. That's good.
So it does potentially. I'm just looking back on the stream here. It does potentially look like he was tapped out.
Right, we can see the Daniel saying one more time. Now we need to wait for Armand and Martin what they gonna say about this battle between
I did
Alex
see that
and Darius. Latvia, United Kingdom. Okay. One more time it is.
Yeah, it is a one more time. It's definitely an interesting definitely an interesting one, because there must have been a mistake in Alex's chase there where they deemed it too close to even make a call. Definitely an interesting one, but as you can see here, they're coming back up to the start line, ready to start their next half, their next there one more time. I'm losing my brain cells. Craziness going on here. As you can see here, Darius getting ready.
And we lost
As
you,
they,
right?
as they initiate down the line, I unplugged my headset by accident from excitement as Alex puts it onto the rear fender of the R35 GTR. Alex doing a very good job in the chase here, right up against his door. Darius Stricker doing a very good job in the lead so far as well. Very smooth, very nice in transition. But Alex gets caught up in the transition there, forgetting that the R35 is a big boy car. And as they come over the line, they finished that run. That was a very interesting run. I lost. Put my arms down in excitement. We're getting ready to commentate that first part of the run, but
It sounded like you
I caught
fall over.
I
Oh my
caught
god! On the ground.
I unfortunately pulled the two parts of the headset wire apart in excitement. What a day. But as we flip them around, Alex in the lead, Darius in the chase. That was definitely a very pushy lead for Max there, but Darius is coming back. There he is. Hello. As we get
Hola, amigo.
Oh, hola.
Hola.
And as Alex comes down into the lead, Darius is putting it onto the back bumper of that car, making sure he is there. Oh, bit of a straight line there in the transition. Got a bit caught up there. We'll have to see how that gets put down in the judging. But as he comes around into outside zone 6, Darius making sure that he is with Alex there. A little bit of a waver there in the chase, but lovely run between the two. Definitely not the most on form I've seen Darius in a while, that's for sure. That was an interesting chase from him. I can see that he could potentially get punished for that straighten out on that transition between outside 1 and 2. Alex doing a very good job in the lead there. And here we go. So right for Darius Striker, left for Alex Manis, not Edgar's.
But Edgar's is the winner with the stream.
Yep, our beautiful stream manager and host of this series, Edgar's Las Manis.
The one that only.
The true winner here.
True winner, yeah.
Being able to put on this show for us. So as we wait the decision, and 1 for Darius Striker, one more time. So this is very split decision. And it's a one more time again. So it was a split one again. Can we get a judge to speak about that? I'm intrigued.
I can ask. Did the judge do we want to give some comments about this?
It's a very interesting battle.
No, we can't. We have some hiccups on the judging table.
Oh well, we'll have to see what they do with this battle for their second one more time. Well, it's the top 4, so anything can happen. So as we can see here, Darius Striker back in the lead once again for the third time.
Really, third time?
And here we go, it's outside zone 1. Alex putting the pressure on, making sure he doesn't get too close into transition. And look at that proximity coming from Alex Manis here as Darius Striker transitions into outside zone 5. Alex making sure he puts the pressure on. Look at that, tagging the wheel against his front. Beautiful proximity control here from Alex Manis as Darius Striker puts it through the line. What a way to start the second OMT. He's not making it an easy run for Darius, that's for sure. Actually, I did have a battle with Darius Striker once in SVDS in one of the earlier seasons. I think it was season 2. What was it? No, I can't remember. I think I had a battle with him.
I believe I had.
But either way,
I had my chance with him as well, but I probably lost big time.
he is a very scary driver to get on.
Yeah,
Here we go.
it gives an extra push on your nerves when you know that you're really good drivers and they won't make mistakes.
Well, as you can see here, Alex leading in Darius, hopefully. Oh, look at this. He's going for a side-by-side initiation with that GTR going onto the door. That A92. Bit shallow in the angle, but as he comes around, he doesn't make the same mistake as he did in the previous ONT. As Alex comes around into the second-to-last transition into outside zone 6 now, as Darius kind of gets a bit too caught up there, but keeps making sure he pushes on, nevertheless, as they come across the line. That was an interesting end to the battle. Could potentially have been a bit too aggressive in the transition, but right for Darius, left for Alex Spurmanis.
I believe they need to figure out the winner on this run, innit?
Yes, I don't
Can't.
know.
They...
Oh, it's your rule book, so
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know.
I can see it now. I'm going to say it one more time and just close it. Don't see the battle result.
Oh yes, so I think we only get up to 2 OMTs, and then it has to be, and it looks like it is Darius OMT taking the win against Alex Spurmanis. Unfortunately, Alex getting so close, but unfortunately he did not, so we will see him next round, in round 2, and it was a unanimous decision. Darius OMT going in. Is
Alex
it to the final?
Till the end.
So it will be Darius going into the final, I do believe. So as we wait for our next battle to come up here, we got an S15 coming up. My throat is starting to go. Oh, Darius coming through the line very quickly there, followed by Alex zooming through the start line in the wrong direction. Car part there, sir. As we have an F22 coming up here. My throat is starting to hurt quite a bit.
Andreas should be at lead position.
Yep, there we go.
He's doing some cheeky things there.
What are you doing, mate? You're not meant to be there. So we have Andreas Kleinsberg versus Artam Chulkov. Andreas leading him in Artem to chase as we have them firing down the straight. Artam Chulkov making sure he gets on that door as he does. That F22 BMW chasing that S15 as they transition into inner clip 3. So out of zone 4, very clean run so far between the two drivers. And just doing a very good job in the lead. Artem making sure he sticks to that door. Look at that, reeling him in slowly through outside zone 6 on the door as they go across the line, tagging the back bumper of the S15 across the wall. Very tidy example so far of driving.
And no one can hear me. Oh, can hear me.
Yes, 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 I
Good.
can.
Good. Maybe not good.
Oh, would you believe this is the second ever event I've ever commentated?
Big red lights when I'm on the mic.
You do. So as you can see here, we've flipped them around. Artem to lead now, Andreas to chase as Artem puts the smoke out of the back of the F22, going down the straight as a big flick. And look at Andreas putting it onto the door. Slowly does fall back a bit, but he gets back onto the door of Artem Chulkov there. Getting a bit of shallow proximity there and line. But as they come round into outside zone 6, this is where it will be finishing the battle. Look at the proximity from Andreas Kleinsberg here against Artem Chulkov on that wall. Coming across the line. Beautiful, beautiful work from both the drivers. Definitely Andreas knew he had to put the pressure on after Artem's chase in the first half of the battle. So it'll be left for Andreas, right for Artem Chulkov. And my throat is starting to die.
Yeah, another sip of Zoom drink.
Oh,
That's
yes.
at least what I do.
Would you believe this is the second ever event I've commentated? Only my second time.
Never. Hearing you commentate first, I was thinking you done it by at least a couple of seasons. That's why I was.
No.
Oh, that was my first time.
Literally, first round of SVDS was my first ever time, and now it's the first round of DKRTR. So,
Lovely.
two events so far.
Lovely. I'm happy that I get my chance to take a part in SVDS and hear you talk. So you now here.
Yes.
You're part of Team Riga team now.
Oh yes. Well, in SVDS we get to have the chance of going against each other as well as drivers. So that's an interesting one, to say the least.
Yes.
And now here we get to work with each other directly to watch the drivers and kind of get crazy, really, over it. Oh, and it looks like it's going to be a one more time. Big shout out to...
I just don't feel like going home today. That's fine with me. I can restart computer in 25 seconds.
Let's see, bring it down to 15. Well, so big shout out to my previous co-commentator in SVDS, Austin Dunn. He is the guy that has trained me up to do what I can do today. So big shout out to him. Much love. Hope he's doing well. But as you can see here, we have Andreas Kleinsberg at the start line, leading in Artem Chulkov for their one more time battle in the top 4. This is their chance to get into the final as Andreas puts it into outside zone 1 with Artem Chulkov putting on the pressure as they transition into clip 3. Artem Chulkov putting on the pressure with that F22 Eurofighter. The S15 doing a beautiful job in the lead as they transition into outside zone 6. Artem doing a really good job of slowly reeling him. That is car control to the max as they go across the line with a cheeky little tag against the wall from Andreas there. What a run. These boys are not holding back. They have taken off the gloves. As they did in top 16.
So we're getting closer to the finals, so...
Well, this is the chance to be... This is the battle for the final.
Yeah.
This is their battle. This is the battle to get into the final, so they've got to put everything on the table now. As Artem Chulkov is now in the lead with Andreas Kleinsberg in the chase. Once again, for the second time in the top 4, waiting to go for their last half of the one more time battle as we wait for the semaphore to count down those lights. It's the only time I can really be flashed and think it's okay. As you can see here, the lights go green. Artem Chulkov now leading in Andreas for the second time in top 4 as they initiate and get onto outside zone 1. And look at the proximity. Once again, Andreas just doing an amazing job. Keeping it on to Artem Chulkov. It is wheel by wheel, side by side as they transition to outside zone 5. An amazing job so far from Andreas. Slightly falling back there, but he does the exact same as Artem does in the chase in the previous run. What a battle as they come across the line. Andreas is making sure he proves that he can take down the Titan. That is Artem Chulkov in the top 4 to get into the final. And as you can see here, is left for Andreas and right for Artem Chulkov. Could this be an upset for the Andreas fans, or could it be that Artem gets taken down and gets into the battle for third? It is definitely going to be an interesting one as we wait for the results. Yep, it seems to be a tradition for so far for Andreas to get what OMZs. We hope all of you viewers... Oh, it seems to be another one more time from one of our judges here. Could it be a second one more time? One for Artem Chulkov.
Are we going to see what Armand says?
This is a nail-biting situation for both of these drivers right now. And for me, I'm intrigued.
Runs are crazy.
I'm nervous for them. Yep. They're getting so close now to the point where judges have to make pinpoint and the tightest decisions they've ever made. And it's going to Artem Chulkov. Unfortunately, Andreas Kleinsberg just gets knocked out of the top 4. And he will be going for the battle for third. But Artem Chulkov going into the final of the first round of DKRTR24.
Let's go.
So now it should be the battle for third. From what I can see. Which is Andreas Kleinsberg versus... Oh, speaking of the devil. Speeds through the, through the start line there. Andreas Kleinsberg versus... who was against Darius? Trying to remember. Thank you, Alex.
Latvian battle here.
All Latvian for the battle for third. So as you can see here, it's a E92 versus S15. Andreas Kleinsberg leading in Alex Lasmanis. Not the cousin to Edgar's Lasmanis, as you can see, but as they come into out zone 1, big flick initiation from both of these drivers as Alex comes in with that E92 against the S15. So such a nice job here from Andreas so far as Alex puts on the pressure, not too close as he, well, I say that, he jinxed me, as he puts it onto the door, just kind of, a little bit of a swaver there in the lead there from Andreas, but as they come across the line, very nice job from both drivers. It definitely seems like the nerves are getting to them now, as this is a spot for the podium. Who can take the third spot?
And these points are really important for all Latvian drivers because a Latvian overall standing winner will have a chance to drive a real pro drift car.
Exactly. Big prizes on the line here for this overall standings for the Latvian drivers. So these two are definitely going to want a chance at getting on that third step. as we now send them back down the straight for the second half of their top third battle for third battle with that E92 Eurofighter. Flicking it in, Andreas making sure he is there with that E92. Look at the pressure he's putting onto Alex Lasmanis there with a beautiful job in the lead. But Andreas is not backing down in that S15. He is putting all of the pressure wheel to wheel as they come into the last transition. Andreas putting it on the wheel to the door as they come across into the last zone, across the finish line. What an insane last part of the battle. Andreas Kleinsberg definitely trying to prove that he can do this, as well as Lasmanis. Wow! So it looks like we will be getting the results for third here. So it will be left for Alex, right for Andreas. And, oh wow, what a battle. Is this related to VDC Championship or what kind of series is this? Well, this is the Drift King of RTRiga 2024, and we are using the VDC 4.0 public pack with permission from the lovely people at the Virtual Drift Championship. And this is a Latvian-based series that has now been opened to the world for everyone to enjoy. So welcome if you're a first-time viewer. And it is a one more time, so the battle for third is going to be a one more time. But it was a split decision. It could have gone to Alex, but Andreas Kleinsberg putting on the pressure to Alex to make sure he was like, no, I am making sure you do not get the chance.
And the head judge saying he gonna give his 5 cents about this battle, and we're gonna welcome here back our head judge, Adamant. Welcome back, Adamant.
Yeah, welcome. We're saying a lot of one more times now. So this decision came down to Andris being several times in the wall in the last outer zone, 3 times to be exact, but keeping the angle, some angle, and keeping the speed. But on Alex's lead run, he was doing a lot of left foot braking to keep him in the zones, especially in the first zone where he slowed both cars down, and also on the outer zone 4. So the decision came down to Andris making very, very hard mistakes on the last outer zone, and Alex making several mistakes throughout the track.
There you have it. So thank you very much for that confirmation. And it's definitely not the easiest job for you guys. You must be having a nightmare. So we have one more time for battle
Let's go.
They are not making it easy, but Andreas, with that chase from Andreas, definitely put him there. Amazing work from both these drivers as we have Andreas back at the line with Alex in the chase.
We need to give a countdown how much times Alex and Andres had a chance to do their runs on top 32. Another countdown on the stream.
So here we go, and Andreas Kleinsberg leading in Alex Lasmanis, and Alex putting on a nice bit of pressure there. Could have been a bit closer, but as they come around into inner clip 3 to out zone 4, they are definitely close. And they're putting on a lovely run here as Andreas comes into outside zone 6 with Alex Lasmanis on the door, putting on the pressure as they come around to the last part of out zone 6 and across the line. Definitely a clean run between the two drivers, just not as impactful as the last run in the previous battle, in my personal opinion. Yes, we do have a lot of favourite drivers from the fans in this series. And well, in the sim drift scene in general, the sim scene has been growing a lot, and it's been a really, really cool time recently for the sim scene. But as you can see here, Alex Lasmanis back on in the lead lane with Andreas Kleinsberg in the chase. This is the decider for third place of DKRTR 2024 round 1. Here we go, down the straight. Alex flicking it into outside zone 1. Andreas putting it back on the door as they transition into outside zone 2. Kind of falling it back a bit again this time, but he puts it back and he's almost washing too wide as they transition into outer zone 6. Andreas Kleinsberg almost taking him out in the transition. Very, very close as they come round outside zone 6, coming across the line. What a run. That's crazy. What do you think, Edgar? What do you think? Left for Alex.
My hands was going all over the place watching how Andres went for Alex on that wall. was
That
crazy.
was
It
a
was
crazy
inches,
transition.
millimeters to knock Alex out, but Andreas stopped before Alex car and just finished the run.
Definitely felt like a bit of a scrappier chase this time from Andreas, but he definitely put the pressure on, that's for sure. Yes, Baganiki is definitely a dream layout for drifters. I would love to come to this track, come to Riga and try, walk this track in real life. Or even get the chance to drive it. It would be the dream. But as the Latvian... Oh, and it goes to Alex Mattis, who takes third in the first round of DKRTR 2024. Unfortunately, Andreas just not having as much of a clean chase in this one more time. So congratulations to Alex Mattis for taking third, taking the first podium spot of this round. So now we have Darius
Final.
This is the one for first. Artam Chulkov versus Darius Ostreka, both VDC drivers, if I do remember. A little bit of contact there in the pits. Andrews getting a bit crazy as they all reset, make sure their tyres and their cars are in top condition for this run. I think these are both VDC drivers as well, so this is going to be a very interesting battle as they come into the start line with Darius Ostreka in the lead, Artam Chulkov in the chase. As the lights go green as they get through the chicane. Darius Ostreka leading in Artam Chulkov in our R35 GTR. Big flick initiation. Artam Chulkov putting on the pressure to Darius as they flick around into outside zone 2 in a clip 3. Wow, look at that proximity. He is making sure he does not let Darius Ostreka move, but just gets a bit caught up there on the curb. But look at the tag of the front wheel to front wheel from Artam Chulkov as Darius Ostreka puts it across the line. And they get ready for their second half of their battle. Like I was saying, the Latvian grid. So the overall standings for the overall standing for the Latvian side of this competition does have a chance of getting into a pro car in real life and driving it.
The best part is all Latvians will have all top 3 overall winners of a Latvian standings will have a chance to drive with the real car. The first one can drive with the pro, second semi-pro, and third with the pro car.
There you go. So an amazing opportunity for these drivers as Artam Chulkov now leads in Darius Ostreka into the last section of this event as Darius Ostreka puts it onto the side of Artam Chulkov, getting a bit deep there as they transition into in a clip 3. Coming around into outside zone 4, into the second to last transition. Big flick from Darius Ostreka there. Coming into last transition onto outside zone 6. Darius Ostreka kind of falling back a bit there, but they come around to the last section of the wall of outside zone 6. Coming across the line, and that, ladies and gentlemen, and all of those in between, is potentially the last run of the first round of DKRTR 2024, round 1. And now is up to the judges to decide. Is it Darius Ostreka taking first place, or will it be Artam Chulkov? So left for Darius, right for Artam. Now
These two fellas is fighting for the overall of every driver will have a chance to win Alpha Mini in Magic.
One time set, and it is Artam Chulkov taking the win for the first round of DKRTR 2024 Drift King of RTRiga. Darius Ostreka second. What a event!
What a battles!
This has been an insane event. So we have Artam Chulkov taking the win for this round, with Darius Ostreka taking second. Wow. And then third place went to... Oh, who did we have in that battle? It was Andreas and Alex Lasmanis taking third, with Andreas taking fourth place. So congratulations to the top 4 drivers for putting on an insane show and insane runs.
Tribīne.
We can hear you still, by the way. Good.
Not uz tribīnes, except.
So thank you to everyone who has done and tuned in to the first round of DKRTR Drift King of RTRiga 2024 here at Baginiki on the FD style layout. It has been a very eventful top 32, but we are now here with the top 3 drivers now crowned. Are we going to see a top 3 train going around the track? Are we going to get top 3 drivers going around, or are they going to... Just wondering. Oh, no, and we got the semaphore here, just going down the track. Just, we're going to need E92 following with Darius Ostrega and Artam Chulkov there.
We're going to get a photo shoot for the winners.
Can we join the semaphore conga?
I think the semaphore took the win. And there's green light of the semaphore.
Oh, bit of a... So now they crash into each other after the event.
But you can't do it now. Judges won't judge about this.
All of them are hugging it out there at the end.
Right, I'm gonna let them do their thing to get pictures.
Yep. So we're gonna.
All right. Thank you very much, everyone who tuned in, even with all little issues. We're gonna sort it out for the next round for sure. There's no doubt about that.
Well, that's the first round of DKRTR done.
Yes.
So I have been Brandon Carter, and thank you very much for letting me be the voice.
Well, it was a pleasure. It was a pleasure that you could join us.
Well, we'll see you next round.
All right. See you next round. All right. Bye, everyone.